Hi everybody from New York City. I'm on the Upper East Side. Right now it is about 6:30 and I'm in Carl Schurz Park. It's a very lovely park far up on the Upper East Side towards the East River. My name is Sina. If you're new to my channel, I am a singer, energy therapist, and model, originally from Norway, and I've been based in New York for years. So today I made a list for you of things that you should not move to New York if you cannot handle. The first point on my list is going to be noise. There is noise everywhere in this city. If you are going to try to record something, for example, like me, I'm a singer, good luck. It really depends where your apartment is. If you're going to record in your apartment, if you get lucky, it doesn't face the street. And if you're unlucky, it does face the street or you have noisy neighbors. The point is, there's always noise in this city from day to night, and the noise level of background noise is always super, super high, whether you're waiting for the train or just walking in the street. So that's the first thing you should consider. Second thing on the list, there is no immediate access to wildlife here in the city. Obviously, it's not too bad. There's a lot of parks, like this park I'm sitting in right now, Carl Schurz Park. It's really lovely, and there's not too many people here on weekdays. We have Central Park in the middle of Manhattan. But if you need the ocean, if you need that closeness to nature to feel balanced, you need to assess for yourself how important that is for your personal quality of life, because that is definitely something you won't have here in the city. You can get a nice apartment that has a view of the East River or the Hudson River, or you could do like I did for a couple of years and move out to Rockaway Beach so you can be on the beach and see the Atlantic Ocean. But there's always going to be trade-offs. Like when I lived in Rockaway, the commute was super long. But what you can do is on the weekends you can take the train, or you can take a car if you have it and drive upstate to some really, really stunning locations. There's Airbnbs you can rent up there and stay overnight, and there's plenty of hiking opportunities in upstate New York, like Hudson Valley and the Catskills. But if it needs to be like a daily thing in your environment, closeness to wildlife and nature is lacking, as in any big city, usually. If you cannot think on your feet, you won't really enjoy it here. That's number 3 on my list. You need to be able to be flexible, and if you're not able to be flexible, maybe New York is not for you. There are so many things that happen here, both interpersonally and also just going about your day trying to live a normal life here, that you need to think on your feet and need to be flexible. You need to constantly look for solutions. If you get too caught up in being frustrated that something didn't work out the way you had planned it to, you're gonna get stuck and you're gonna waste your energy, and there's no time for that in this city. So things like traffic jams or construction or some kind of parking change, delay on the transit system. There's always something that happens. Sometimes it's in your favor too. So, or I guess it's always in your favor. You just gotta see it from that perspective. So sometimes things come at you in the city that just you need to have that flexibility, and you need to be able to grab opportunities when they're presented to you. I am a routine person, so that's definitely something that this city has taught me. I'm also from Scandinavia, so I've definitely had to learn to pounce at more things and come more out of my shell. Um, but yeah, it's a really really great city to be in if you're solution oriented and if you can be flexible, and yeah, and if not, reconsider coming here. Okay, point number 4. You should not move to New York City if you can't handle the subway system that has no Wi-Fi and often work on the weekends, meaning construction work. So there's often a weekend schedule change, not only less subways on the weekend in general, but also there's really, really often maintenance work going on. So sometimes trains don't run at all and you need to figure out another way, for example, the bus or, yeah, go back to step 3, be flexible. Um, and yeah, the subway system, it is really convenient, and yeah, I wish it was a little bit more expanded, but it is really really convenient, and there's plenty of subway stops all over Manhattan and many in Brooklyn also, and Queens. You could always wish for more, but the problem is just that there's no Wi-Fi underground, and I know that in cities that are comparable to New York around the world, there's Wi-Fi everywhere. So that definitely sucks if you are a commuter and you're looking to, catch up on whatever it is on your commute. You can't do it because there's no Wi-Fi underground. And it's dirty, and there's bad air. There is AC inside the subway system in the summer, and I guess heat. I'm not sure actually in the winter, but yeah, I think it must be heat. Yeah, because I've never gotten cold in the winter on the train. There's too many people on it, I guess, to get cold. Um, and speaking of that, the last point: don't move to New York if you can't handle extreme temperatures with concrete as a backdrop. Um, I come from a country that has 4 seasons. It doesn't get as hot as it does here in the summer, so that's definitely an annoyance. I mean, I don't major in minor things. Tony Robbins. But it's definitely not comfortable to have 30 Celsius or even 37 Celsius. Sometimes, usually doesn't get that hot, but yeah, um, with concrete as a backdrop. Thank God there's the Hudson River and the East River surrounding New York, and get some winds, usually blowing some ocean winds from the Atlantic Ocean. But yeah, it's uncomfortable to be sweating and pounding the pavement at the same time. It doesn't feel very sexy. um, but on the positive side, there's 4 seasons here, so that's nice. And then in the winter, I know people that aren't from a country like mine originally. Like I said, I'm from Norway. They think it gets really uncomfortably cold here, and there's just the same feeling that it just feels worse because it's a city setting with concrete and harshness, and when you get the cold and the cold wind blowing, it can get really really uncomfortable. So those were my 5 things, but all in all, if you're motivated to come here and if you have a reason to be here and if you have a desire to come and try to see for yourself what it's like here, definitely come. It's the greatest city in the world, and even though it has its less favorable things, I wouldn't change it for the world. Thanks for watching. My name is Sina. Please like and subscribe to this video. And if you have any other questions about New York or anything else, put them below in the comments.